Welcome to the unsettling world of Horrorcows, where internet fame takes a dark and disturbing turn. If you don't know about Horrorcows, well, they are individuals who gained infamy on the internet for their shocking, controversial and often horrifying actions. Unlike typical lolcows, their notoriety stems from behavior that crosses the boundaries of morality but also legality. This video will show you 4 horrorcows in the most natural way. This video will not only show you their lives but also their most infamous moments. From a degenerate student who exploited an autistic person to a prominent YouTuber who sold gore videos to minors just to end up homeless, and this is just the beginning. While this video is for educational purposes only, I still feel that viewer discretion is advised. Without further ado, let's start the third layer of the Horrorcows iceberg chart.
One for the whole family.
Let me take you back in time to the early 2000s, which was quite a weird time to be alive with its mech bling, Y2K or surf crush aesthetics. Windows XP was still a thing and you probably couldn't stop playing your PlayStation 2. Or heck, even Xbox if you're one of those people. It felt like a time that had an optimistic, nature-focused view on the future, but with each year passing it was clear that we are heading to our doom. Or is this me just being pessimistic? A more disturbing thing that would plague the internet world, besides all that pesky and addictive flash games and music songs that ended with .exe, was something much more raw and disturbing. A particular site called Live Leak. It was sort of a cultural phenomenon, and I know many people who talk about this site like it was the most sinister thing you could find on the clear web. I was definitely too young when I visited this site, but thanks to God I never dived in too much, and I didn't have that morbid curiosity to visit such sites, as I thought an addict at the time. I was, and still am, actually a coma addict because of my Oblivion addiction. Some other sites were created long before LiveLeak in 2006, like for example Rotten.com, which was created in 1999 for example. If you didn't know about those sites, well, they would host some of the most disturbing stuff you could find legally, let's say. These sites would host raw footage ranging from war videos, incidents to many other things that can be quite upsetting. It provided a raw and uncensored way into the darker things in life. LiveLeak was controversial, but it played a key role in the world of online video sharing. Now why I am telling you all of this? Well, if you didn't know about Plagued Moth, this was something that needs to be established as we move on. Plagued Moth, or the Gore God, is an individual worthy to be featured here. Some say he is a simple cloud chaser, and I also don't know how else to put it. He managed to gather an audience, and at the end he lost it all. Now he is homeless because of his actions, and it's an insane story that is still going on and a quite rabbit hole to dive in. Plagued Moth is a very controversial YouTuber who reached great heights on YouTube, reaching almost 500,000 subs on YouTube. He managed to get in touch with some of the bigger creators in the weirder spaces of YouTube after harassing the shit out of them to get their attention. 2 of them being Mudahar and later Windigoon, and they would even make a collab video.
Plagued Moth, did you make the fake MD Pope 5?
No.
Okay.
But what's his beef? Well, as you can guess, he would review gore videos that were connected to LiveLeak and other sites like this. The people who had morbid curiosity would feel very at home at his channel. I actually stumbled upon this guy a few years ago because, don't ask because I don't tell. He would do often commentary style videos about the videos he would present to his audience. He's also known for his uncensored way of talking.
I actually have a few that I'm sitting on that are from Tor, and these were given to me by someone who wished to remain anonymous. 2 I received were called Amber Alert and Suffer Little Children. And you know, with titles like that, they're obviously going to be just wholesome, family-friendly content. Fun for the whole family!
As time went on, he would get weirder, at least more weirder than you think, because talking about people being crushed and ripped in half is quite weird on itself, and to do commentary on things like this is completely beyond common sense, or I am overreacting here. But he started to upload in 2018, and just like me, he didn't get almost any views. But this all changed when he talked about a Russian streamer who killed his pregnant girlfriend for $1,000. I bet you didn't see that coming. He saw a huge jump in his views. Because of this, he would also make another video, and he was about to embark on a quite gore path on his channel. Because of this video, his channel would gain quite an exposure. Like the video where he commented the Funky Town incident with his flavor of commentary.
Well, the next scene I can just best describe as not fun, because they gouge his eyes out and flay his face off. Yeah. Hungry?
What the most important thing is that he found a niche, and people seem to love his uncensored way, and it was a win for the people who search for such type of content. As time passed, Mod would exhibit quite weird behavior while watching those gore type of videos, such as watching the One Girl 99 Stumps. He would cover this incident in a very disturbing way, and many people thought of it to be very disrespectful.
Oh. This is way higher quality, dude. Damn. Goddamn. She's dead, bro. What are you doing? Holy shit. What? Are you done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. What did I say? Like 22? It was a little over 20 stops.
This weird behavior would continue as he would create, let's say, questionable merchandise that rubbed the people the wrong way, which was also followed by a TikTok video about the Funky Town incident with a box cutter, which didn't help the situation at all. But this was part of his edgelord swag. The problem was that people started to look at his commentary videos as very disrespectful, as it involved people actually talking. Because of all the backlash, he would also post some videos where he would talk about his personal life, like about how his daughter has diabetes. This isn't something wrong to talk about, but over time it felt more he tried to get sympathy from his viewers just so they can jump on his Patreon. At the time he also talked about how he watched the after school special video, which was later to be revealed as a hoax made by 4chan users just to catch clout chasers like Black Mod.
Subconsciously and embarrassingly, my mind played telephone with itself, and I took a similar memory and ran it with thinking it was, well, this.
Where things would get darker is where he talked about a certain video called Amber's video, which was about crushing infants, which sounds highly disturbing.
I mentioned something, didn't I? I mentioned that there's infant crush videos out there, I bet. There's things like that, toddlers, right? Well, that's what's in there.
This sparked so much backlash in the gore community, and why? Well, if I'm correct, it's apparently fine when adults get killed, but not kids. I don't know, however, a life is a life and they should be equally violent, but that's the rules of the gore community, I guess. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But Mod would then make a follow-up video where he explained why this isn't illegal and would further debate the morality of gore content.
It's legal because it's just child abuse and murder. Sounds disgusting to say. I agree it should be illegal, but it's not. And part of the reason I make these videos is to kind of shine a light on them.
And he would also say that all of these videos are uncensored, featured on his Patreon, where he would make most of his money, as YouTube didn't monetize his channel because of the gore videos.
And no, I will not show anything like that uncensored. My Patreon and stuff, we cover uncensored content.
Also, he was then banned from Patreon for showing those videos, so he moved to Discord.
That is, if you're tier 2, you're gonna get that on your uncensored Moth's secret stash list. Things we can't host here on Patreon.
Then he went on a rampage because he thought he was targeted by someone. And because his Patreon was targeted, it felt like a direct attack to his family and his daughter. But what I found quite interesting, that he later stated that he wasn't selling any gore material behind his paid wall, which was quite untrue.
I don't have uncensored gore anywhere.
He would also say that the people behind Patreon are protecting PDFs, and he would also mention one more time his daughter.
The reality is that the representative is negligent, period, and refused to investigate, so instead covered their tracks by making an excuse that really doesn't make sense. For me and my family, personally, this is a horrible timing. I just put down over $5,000 for my daughter's insulin pump. She is a type 1 diabetic. She's insulin dependent.
Even if this is quite serious matter, I think this could be handled quite differently, but you will see how the story unfolds. Meet creepy reading. A rival of Mod who allegedly reported his Patreon page. A huge drama I don't want to get into as I'm trying to keep this somewhat compact. And there is so much to talk about here. They were even featured a 𝙀𝙭𝙚𝙗𝙚𝙧𝙩 video where they both debated all of the things that happened. At one point, even Creepy Reading paid for Mod's Patreon just to see his gore videos. He would then also claim that Mod saw a very famous video, which I definitely don't want to describe, called 𝙀𝙭𝙥𝙧𝙀 Destruction. Mod claimed that he never saw this video because it would land him behind bars, just to be later revealed he saw some snippets on 4chan apparently. He would then also get into a beef with a creator called Slimeball, and they had a similar beef like Creepy Readings, where Slimeball claimed he possessed a copy of 𝙀𝙭𝙥𝙧 Destruction. Again, too much drama to cover here. After all of this, he even made a GoFundMe page to make some money. Some stuff were for his sick daughter, which is quite understandable, but he would also beg for groceries, and he also needed a light bulb for his bearded dragon lizard. Is this buff? I love how Plagued Mod went from bragging online about how much money is he making to basically not be able to afford a light bulb. I don't wish misfortune on anyone, but it feels like karma struck him. Also, Creepy Readings commented that this serves him right as he was profiting from the dead. Now we're getting at one of the biggest problems with Plague Mod, and that is his Discord channel, as one of the moderators at the time was a minor. Now, due to the content on his Discord, you'll see how this is a huge problem. And I love how over the years, Plague Mod would cause so much drama calling people PDFs, cockheads, trolls, liars, without any proof. This would continue in such a way that he would abuse the YouTube copyright system just to censor information about him. Do you smell that? Yes, it smells like another copyright abuser. Lyrics, a guy who we already mentioned in the Mama Max series, he would jump one more time live to talk about Plague Mod, about the copyright claim he made against various people who attacked him online. He even copyrighted the video in which he agreed to be on with 𝙀𝙀𝙚𝙗𝙚𝙗𝙗.
Not understanding the copyright system. You also said a quote to him that falls on my lack of education of how copyright system works. But that's not true. You did know, and this was your explanation you gave to YouTube.
What I'm saying is, or what I was saying rather, to Tom too, is like, again, because like right now I'm being told that I apparently don't know how it works. It's basically just agreeing with it, to move on with it. I did believe I was doing the right thing, but sure. I mean, I do own that content. I did not give consent for that content to be used. So
you have to give consent for content. It's fair use.
What I'm saying is, I did not approve of him using my content in his videos.
Yeah, you don't have to give, like, you react to videos for for a living. You should know this better than.
I didn't do it correctly, and it wasn't used correctly, apparently.
Yeah, but that's not a point in your favor. But
I know that. That's me saying I f***ed up there.
Yeah, but you're lying when you explain to other people. That's the point I'm making.
In this video, he shows that his knowledge of the copyright system is quite vague.
So that's 39 seconds. Did you see any of your privacy breached?
Other than my image, I believe that was my wife helping me as well with the quote.
What is your image?
What is your image?
Blurred, what is your image? Your face?
Yep.
You show your face on your public YouTube channel. All the privacy complaints are my fault. So she's saying that she filed all the privacy complaints, but you just told me a different story. You just told me that
you couldn't have filed all of them. Like
this spiraled down so hard that he even brought his wife, and she admitted that she was behind all the strikes.
For full transparency, because I don't really like the whole lying thing, I was the one who decided to see if the privacy complaints would work, to be honest. And I filed a bunch under mine, and I did file some under his, and he asked him to lie for me.
Should I be expecting a privacy complaint because I'm showing this video right now?
Privacy complaint. I just don't like the people, and I just was hoping that something would, I don't know, give leeway.
Give leeway? You just don't like the people.
As she didn't like how people would talk about him. And it's completely nuts to think that I'm quite afraid that this video could be taken down because she didn't like this video.
I did send out multiple ones.
But your wife just said that you didn't, and she said she was the one who did it all. So who's telling the truth, you or your wife?
We both send out complaints. I don't understand.
Dude, were you not in the room when your wife just said it? I don't think I'm mishearing.
Actually, I wasn't until I actually went back when I got sent that video. And then I started to be like, oh,
well,
kind of explains the ducking and why supposedly a clear depiction of a...
You can keep trying to character assassinate, you're just making yourself look worse. But in case you weren't listening, which it sounds like you weren't, your wife said that you were lying in her favor and that she was the one who sent out all the privacy complaints. But it sounds like you're now admitting that it's a different story. Now she was lying too to me.
Because I wouldn't go after Turkey Tom because he's got a bigger or possibly even more, what is it?
So that's how you operate?
He would even later claim that lyrics is a PDF because why not? And to wrap this all up, as this is still iceberg chart, Plague Mod, Gore God or whatever he is called is quite an interesting fellow with an offset moral compass. I am quite aware that there are people who cover morbid stuff and I am also one of them sometimes. But again, there are times where you need to know how to behave and comment on certain things, and his comments would get more unhinged over the time. Could this be because he became numb from watching all of this stuff? Yeah, but the comments are still too much nevertheless. But for a fact, we know that minors were in his Discord channel. In regards for the fights he caused along his way, it's just too much drama to cover in this video, but his personality for accusing everyone and everything from being a PDF to a troll to a hater is basically lolcow 101. And also we have that one more thing in the background where he sold gore videos on his Patreon and Discord channel. And also to simply blame everyone for taking fruit from his table and putting his sick daughter in danger as he doesn't have the money to finance her medical stuff. It's first of all very convenient to blame everybody else, but again YouTube is a very high risk job due to its way how trends works and everything else. And it's a thing you should definitely not rely on, and especially if you have a sick daughter. So yeah, Plague Mod went from an edgelord to something that could be considered as a whiny little, let's say, crybaby. I don't know what to say else. And I think he is quite stressed out because of all the things that happened the last year, as he is currently homeless, and I'm quite curious to see if he still will return to YouTube.
Oh my god, bro. Alright guys, I'm sorry.
Online gambling isn't something that anybody should partake in. Everybody has their own opinion, and that's mine, as there are much better ways to reach financial boredom and lose your sanity.
Don't let the night be over. No! I lost it all!
Bossman Jack or Austin Peterson has something that many people on this list didn't have.
I'm about your tits, lady!
And that's a quite normal and loving family. This just shows how the lolcow gene doesn't have a particular type. If you're destined to become one, you will eventually. As a kid, Austin would love to go fishing, skateboarding and smoking weed. And he was quite rebellious. How? Well, he would go on a rampage with his friends, steal cars and would steal various things they would find in them. He was arrested and convicted because of this and spent 29 days in prison.
Oh my gosh!
Austin would then move to his first online addiction, because at the time he started to play RuneScape. RuneScape is a fantasy MMORPG game released in 2001 and it was originally a browser game. This game was one of those games which required a monthly fee to be paid to be able to continue playing. And many stuff on the server was bought in with an in-game currency which could also be bought with real money, so you know where I'm heading. He started his adventure in 2019 and was seen as a player who just loves to gamble in-game. The only problem was that he lost so many times that he started to beg his audience for money to keep playing the game.
Oh, I have an issue. I'm getting help. I'm gonna get help, guys. This ain't gonna keep going on. I'm gonna go get help. Because if I have $600 and I can't even pull out, bro, there's something wrong with me, man.
And he managed to gather some money, but over time he would lose over $6,800 for playing this game, which deserves at least an achievement.
Oh my gosh! Bro! Oh my gosh, dude! Oh my god!
Austin would then blame the developers for his loss, but he promised he will pay all of his debts when he eventually wins some cash. As you will quickly figure out, this wouldn't happen. The problem was, much like the exception, he developed one from playing RuneScape, where he actually played the game for 3 days straight without sleeping. Sadly, even if he was quite aware of his gaming addiction, he would not stop to play the game. And he was actually quite obsessed with it. Like a switch flipped in his head, he was completely in trance.
Oh my gosh, dude, I feel so sick, man. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh.
People would start to watch him just to troll him and to watch his crazy rants to make compilation videos. This would spiral down even harder when he started to play real casino games online. First on Twitch, but it was eventually banned and he moved to Kick, as Kick was a bit more friendly to host such games.
And on here, what's one thing I can do so I can get permanently banned on Kick? Just tell me, so I can do it now. I don't want to do this anymore, dude. None of y'all even fuck me, dude. This is so sad. This is so sad, dude.
Austin would finally acquire the name Bossman Jack and started to gamble like a real boss and not some pesky little RuneScape player. As you can figure out, this guy is still living with his parents and the only thing he does is gambling.
No! You can ask my chat. Dad, stop! Man, shut the Yo, shut up, man! This is bullshit.
But there is also a quite interesting pattern you can see in his streams. A pattern where he would beg his audience for money, then he would gamble the money away and then he would rage about it. And this was like a cycle going on. He would even destroy everything in his room as a result of the rage.
I'll clean it all up. Dad! I'll clean it up! I'll clean it up! Can you stop? Dude, my dad's telling me to stop, bro.
But the thrill of winning was so big that he simply could not quit. He has some clarity in his mind that the gambling is bad and destroying his life, but again, he doesn't do anything about it.
I wanna fucking stop. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
The rage moments were so intense that with every stream there were more people tuning in just to see him lose and donate money to see him rage. He would often stream for 10 hours straight. Sometimes he would pause the stream just to go berserk and then he would continue after he calmed down. But the question we need to ask here is, who is more addicted, Austin or his viewers? Some would say that Austin is a simple gambling addict, but his viewers, well, they were addicted to his chaos and love seeing his financial ruin unfolding in front of their eyes.
Oh yeah! Woo! Yeah, buddy! Yeah, buddy! And it's fucking gone, dude. It's fucking gone, dude. It's fucking gone. It's fucking gone.
The problem was that his outbursts would not only result in him destroying things around, but also he would frequently abuse his parents. Like I said, he was still living with his parents and he was milking them for food, money, but also rent, and it felt like he was quite proud of it. This douchebag behavior is just disrespectful to his parents. I mean, they are bringing him dinner into his room and they just beg him not to curse about having any sex with other people he engages online. They are asking for the bare minimum here. He even called his father a sucker, and there are many dads out there who wouldn't take lightly that their 30-year-old son calls them such a name.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god! I just want another $1,000! I swear to God! I don't want to hear it! Shut the up! Shut the You shut up! You're a punch him!
Also, Austin would punch holes into his wall and destroy his door multiple times, which resulted that his room would actually look like a shelter for crackheads. Talking about crackheads, yes, he was addicted to quite few things besides gaming and RuneScape. His viewers started to see evidence that he was on crack, weed, meth, and sometimes even cocaine, I think, due to analyzing his behavior. Also, if you didn't know, he was sponsored by the casino where he played, with a salary of first $8,000 and then even later $10,000 a week. So yeah, he was earning a whopping $500,000 before taxes just to stay in his room and gamble. But the casino knew he would gamble all of their money again back to their casino. So it was quite of an investment, where they would hand money out just to get it back later.
Here we go, guys. I'm done. I'm telling my sponsor I'm done. I'm completely done with all this. I am completely done with all this, guys. You guys don't believe me, man. I'm done. I don't even get support anymore, bro. I'm done, dude.
Apparently he lost over $10 million over the years. It's a completely insane story of a loser who sits at home, does crap. He's gambling his life away and leeching off the generosity of his parents. He isn't a slow burn lolcow like many others, because his lifestyle is freaking extreme, fueled by so much rage and degeneracy. It's quite outstanding actually. How long he will keep this up and how long before his parents kick him out? He's still currently in debt and I believe he will stay this way, but maybe, just maybe, he will win one day and turn his life around.
Dude, somebody please help me, bro. Dude, somebody please help me, bro. I know one of y'all can help me, bro. I know somebody out there can help me, man. I am in a lot of fucking trouble right now, dude. I'm in trouble, dude. I'm in trouble, man. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble, man. Oh, I'm in trouble, man.
In the name of Jesus. Thank you, Heavenly Father.
Somebody asked for more female lolcows and we got a spicy one here. Be prepared as we are going to dive into some religious stuff. Yes, a Jew who identifies as 𝙄𝙘𝙚𝙚𝙗𝙚 isn't something you see every day in your feed.
You guys just can't see it because you are not multi-dimensional like me.
𝙄𝙚𝙚𝙗𝙚 Tequila is an Asian American influencer, well, first of its kind actually, at least in modern history. She was also American model, singer and television media personality. And you know how this goes, once you're famous, you're all in one. From a young age, 𝙄𝙚 loved the entertainment industry. Also her nickname, 𝙄𝙚 Tequila, was completely sarcastic as she has an alcohol allergy.
Like where I come from, like Mars.
When she dropped out from college, she would quickly form a band as music was her passion. But the breakthrough that launched her into the world of glitz and glamour was when she was actually spotted by a Playboy agent and signed a deal. Her face was placed all over various magazines at the time, including car magazines, which heavily reminded me of Underground 2. Riders on the Storm. Yeah, holy heck, sorry. But she was completely a pioneer, and to put it simply, people just love how she openly talked about some intimate stuff. Because of that, she even launched a subscriber-based site where she charged $12.95 per month for her personal content. And this was in 2001. She quickly realized that the internet can make her quite famous.
I'm not shape-shifting today, but I am the creator behind Jesus.
And this was 20 years before OnlyFans. 𝙄𝙚𝙚𝙗𝙚 would then quickly jump on the MySpace wagon, which is just a relic in time now, but it was a way to promote her music and her photos, and just to write with her fans. Was this to gain attention and lure people in to her private site? I don't know, but it seems so. She even managed to get the highest ranking song on MySpace with 31 million streams. The second was Fall Out Boy with 9. If you didn't know, you could put a song on your page which would be played every time somebody visits your site. And she quickly realized that if she puts her song On the channel, it would count as a stream. She was so full of herself that she wanted to be #1 on iTunes, but it was a reality hit in the face as she only managed to sell 13,000 copies, which is still not bad, but definitely a far cry from what she expected.
I'm not here to entertain you, I'm here to entertain me.
But her personal life wasn't the best. On September 6, 2009, Tequila was allegedly strangled and restrained by her boyfriend, 𝘾𝙘𝙚𝙗𝙚𝙧𝙗, who was later arrested as he tackled her down NFL style and choked her. But somehow Tila managed to keep it all under control despite this guy being 6'4" and 260 pounds, which just shows you that she was completely possessed by the devil. Oops, spoiler alert. Also, Shane claimed that she was drinking too much that night and just wanted to stop her. Yeah, I said that Tila had a drinking problem because of the allergy, but some think it was a lie and some think she is just drinking despite the allergy. The biggest problem was that she actually suffered from a personality disorder, and many weird and ominous messages were left throughout her MySpace account.
Run over very quickly to you guys about, how I've been really exposing lately how I'm actually Taylor Swift, where I created her and wrote all of her songs.
But her page was so full of messages that it's quite a hassle to find the info, and probably many people didn't bother. And Tila's life would slowly spiral down as time went on. She started to drink, then would announce a fake pregnancy, then she would spread fake rumors and gossip about other people just to get attention. She even had a TV show which was a complete failure. It was later turned out to be fake. She even converted to be a Jew because it was cool, I guess. Tila knew if she wasn't making drama, she will be forgotten, as her acting and singing career wasn't simply enough. She even threatened to kill her, and then she would again start with a fake pregnancy, and it was a circle that would repeat. But in March of 2012, Tila really attempted to commit suicide and overdose, but didn't succeed and landed in a hospital. Because of ambient, at least many people thought it was ambient, she suffered permanent brain damage. Despite all of this, she managed to recover, but nobody really knew how bad would she get after this. Tila would launch a YouTube channel where she would talk about some more extreme stuff besides the Illuminati, mainly right-wing politics.
I am online, live, because, I am not a slave to the Matrix, so I thought, well, let's make another video for my niggas. So if there's any niggas out there, hit me up because
I'm bored. And she had quite an agenda. She even wanted to start the human depopulation process, saying that the world is full of corruption, greed, and that we simply need to start the cleansing.
Earth 2 to be polluted with all the Earth 1 degenerates.
She even sympathized with a German guy and made a Photoshop photo in front of a camp with a red banner around her arm and called herself Tila. As you expect, she would get quite a backlash because of this, because she was a Jew at one point, so I don't know how this gets together, but that's still, I guess. Also, when she finally gave birth to her child, she made a fake mustache for the baby so it looked like you know who. She would constantly talk about this ideology and the German guy, as he wasn't that bad. She would even visit one white group gathering doing the sunblocker salute. I hope this explanation doesn't get me demonetized, but you know what I mean. Tila would spread conspiracy theories, lies, trying to convince people into hateful ideologies. And when she received backlash, she would simply say she was possessed by the devil. Just few moments later, she was speaking of God and how she loves Jesus and wants to spread the word of Jesus.
But right now, so I'm about to go pick up my paycheck in IRL. I'm not the one. That was not me. That was some other girl on MTV. I am the bride of Christ. I am the wife of the Lamb. I am Jesus Christ's wife, bro.
This girl definitely has a problem, and she definitely doesn't deserve a platform anywhere, as there are too many people who spread such nonsense and we don't need one more. But she is still trying to make various accounts over the years which would be quickly deleted because she would identify it as Hitler, Jew, Jesus, microwave are just too much for many people, but that's the story of Tila.
God, look, she wearing my pink shirt and everything, look.
Thinking that he's actually gonna go and we're gonna go to the convention together. That's all thrown out the window because of what he's telling me. I'm planning to put him in jail. I'm trying to get as much possible information from him.
Okay.
I don't understand what's hard to believe about that. I don't understand.
This entry involves many things that can upset people, including animal lovers, so a big warning here. Christian story is still to be covered on this chart, and I gave you a brief explanation on the previous layer about who Chris is. I have introduced you also to the term and person called 𝙀𝙧𝙦, which is also a word for a person who has really deep hatred towards Chris.
Hi Chris, it's Bella. Happy 21st. Hope you enjoy yourself. Bye.
Now meet Isabella Janke, a 22-year-old girl who has too much time and money on her hands. Isabella is somewhat of a real-life joker, a person who just wants to watch the world burn. There isn't anything holy to her. Isabella Janke is also known as Kelly Osbourne and a dozen of other nicknames, one of them being famously the Lonely Fortune Dweller. Besides her nicknames, she is also known for her fungus feet, as she isn't the most hygienic person out there, refusing cleaning products, and the most easy way to describe her is that King Cobra meets Cyrex, as I simply don't know many people who enjoy to bathe in a puddle of piss. But this is just the start of the story. To touch upon her early life, her mother was a Harvard graduate and an Air Force pilot, while her ex-father was an ex-Navy SEAL who owned a cybersecurity company. Her parents would divorce, but her father would remarry to a former Secret Service member, which is quite a family tree to have, and I think it's quite obvious that her family is quite wealthy, with her mother even sending her a few hundreds of dollars every day, which is definitely not a good thing to learn your kid that money is just rolling in every day, like magic. It's quite obvious that this girl never needs to work one day in her life, and she also has all the time on her hands to make Chris' life living hell, but not only her life but also to many others. Her story is connected with the most infamous incident that happened in the whole Chris Chen saga, and this was the leaked phone call where Chris admits to have a sexual relationship with his 78-year-old mother, which is a felony in his home state of Virginia. Quite an insane and unhinged thing to do, but Chris is definitely mentally ill and an unstable person, and I don't know what to say more, but Bella would completely take advantage of this. Drum rolls please, as Isabella was in love with Chris Chen and wanted to have sex with him on a brony convention. Yes, this is one of those love stories. The point the phone call was leaked, it was so mysterious because nobody knew who Bella was and that she was behind this, as she covered her tracks very well and made various accounts and even managed to convince other YouTubers to post about her, so they claimed that she didn't leak those phone calls. She was quite desperate to control the damage, as it was clear as day that this was posted without permission from Chris. But how did Bella even manage to get Chris's trust? Well, it all started that she was doing her animations and managed to get from a business relationship to a more personal one, where she even admitted she stole money from her and she wanted to become the ultimate and last troll of Chris, as she wanted to convince Chris to commit suicide. And the way she would do this is to acquire very personal info, like this very personal phone call, and try to blackmail her into doing this. But this was allegedly leaked to a third party called Fiona, which was an autistic person just like Chris, but she was only framed by Isabella and she wasn't actually the one who leaked this phone call. The internet was set on fire and Bella was kinged as the greatest troll in the Chris saga, but this fame came with a heavy price to pay, and that was her identity, as many people would like to find out more about Bella. This would lead us back to her campus in Texas, where stories started to pop up about how of a degenerate person Bella actually is. She isn't just some internet troll, but rather a very, very evil person, to say at least. On August 7, 2021, Roman, a student from the campus, revealed on his Twitter that she was under examination for allegations of gender-based discrimination and harassment, as she apparently even tried to rape somebody. She also promoted a Discord channel, a chess club so to say, which was allegedly the official group of the campus, and she promoted it all over the place. But it was only later revealed to be a way to harass and dox people, mostly harassing the people who are in the LGBTQ community. This is where things get quite disturbing. It was revealed over time that she killed 8 hamsters, including boiling one to death, just killing them, and she also wanted to rape one of them. Roman even commented how her room even reeked of pigs. And there is an explanation because of that, as she had a cat in there whom she overfed to smell her gases. And I wish I'm making this up, but this brings us to something we mentioned in the beginning, and that's her fetish. It's not only that she has poor hygiene, but she was into feces. Bella would completely refuse to use any type of cleaning products, which even resulted that her fingernails are getting fungus and she would peel them off just to glue them back where they were. And I really hope you are not one of those who eat and watch my videos, as I do apologize. She was caught installing hidden cameras so she can spy on her roommate, as she wanted to get blackmail material. And there was apparently one roommate that she lived with, and she got quite into her, so much that she licked her razor blades just to taste her pubic hair. I mean, like, what the actual fuck? She was recently kicked out from the campus. Is this all real? I mean, it's totally absurd. Most of this stuff is archived online by the guy we already mentioned, Roman, but there are many more infos floating around if you want to dive deeper into this rabbit hole. Also, I want to mention the time where she wanted to put estrogen in a guy's drink to mess up his hormones, which is a quite dangerous thing to do, and I think nobody should mess with your hormones, but I guess Bella doesn't have any limits. Bella is definitely an unhinged person with ill intentions and takes great pleasures in harassing people, but also animals. Even if the Discord messages weren't true, that the fact that she wanted to convince Chris to end her life is beyond morbid, despite what Chris has done. Because of all this, she got widespread attention, and I don't feel she will ever have a normal life because of this, if she had one to begin with. And that's the story of Bella. But I have many more stories to share with you. Did you check out the previous 2 layers? And also I have a full lolcow chart if you're interested. Also, I wanna thank all the people who commented on the previous 2 videos and gave me suggestions, as they will be probably featured at some point on this channel. This video will be released around my birthday, so this is my gift to you, I guess. This week and the next week I will be visiting my parents, and I will do some trips around the country to take some time off, as I feel a slow burnout is creeping around the corner. The next week you will only get a supercut of these 3 layers because I don't have any time to make the next video, but I still thank you so much for the support. Thank you for commenting on my previous videos, and I hope you enjoyed this one. That's all from me now. I've been 𝙀𝙗𝙚𝙗𝙚, and until the next deep dive, please stay safe.